Alright guys, it's back to school time and I know your kids them are gonna need one bag for go to school. So instead of taking money and buy fake spray ground and all of them garbage there, why you not buy a nice bag we make by Joseph? Joseph talented hands and him make them bag here himself with his own two hands. Right Joseph? But them don't say you make them here with your own two hands, Joseph Boutique. If you're not familiar with Spanish Town, then I used to him from long time with them handbag the way he make and sell. But look, he make school bag, he might make lunch bag. Talented, you have to encourage the hard-working Jamaicans them. Them here so nice and I kill up on themselves to buy China made. See them here? Right here so in a Spanish Town them fully mobile. See him have him can't move all but more time in the year so sometimes we don't at the Clock Plaza down there so. Sajikor Plaza, the nice bag here. Check out Joseph Boutique, Carlos.
328-7175.
Say your number again?
328-7175.
You hear that? 328-7175. Wanna support the thing, 328-7175.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning here. Before we kick off this morning's set of story, I just want to take this time out to wish one of my loyal subscribers, Latibu, a happy birthday. So Latibu, make them know say, you say me and I me say you. Yeah man. So blessings upon your earth strong. And I just hope that you enjoy this day to the fullest. Do the things that you have always wanted to do and just live in the moment. Yeah man. So anyway, make we continue. Now, the first thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps in the morning here, is an international story where this Jamaican man, presently on your screen identified as John Luke Evans, the Jamaican man who was working as a police officer in Maine in the United States of America, but overstayed his United States visa. He has agreed to voluntarily leave the country. The revelation was made on Monday by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that is ICE. So Mr. Evans, who worked as a reserved officer at the Old Orchard Beach Police Department, he was arrested by ICE on July 25th as part of the agency's enhanced immigration enforcement activities. Now, officials with the town and the police department have stated that federal authorities previously told them that Mr. Evans was legally authorized to work in the U.S. So an ICE agent also stated that Evans was brought before a judge, and the judge granted voluntarily departure for Evans and that he could have left the country as soon as that day. The ICE representative did not provide any other details in terms of Mr. Evans' case. So, boy, it's really sad still because he was cleared and it was also proven that this man had a legal work permit issued by USCIS and Homeland Security. So I don't know how all of this reach to all of that, but I guess it is what it is, and he has opted to voluntarily leave the United States of America. I don't see where this brother here do anything wrong. So welcome home when time you reach back on the land. Yeah, man. So the next thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is still an international story. Now, a few days ago, I gave you an update surrounding your favorite dancehall artist, the criminal element presently on your screen identified as Andre Whittaker. But of course, I call him Squash or Six Boss in our streets, where I stated that his trial date would be set for September 2nd, and he would have up to August 28th to enter into a plea deal. I also stated that the FBI decided to put to the court to bring into evidence pictures, text messages, video footages that was found in Squash's cell phone. They also stated that the firearm that was seized in the motor vehicle during that traffic stop with Squash, which led to his arrest, that said firearm was also seen in his phone. In fact, there was also video footages of Squash firing the said firearm. They also wanted to bring in as evidence one of his music videos, one of his many music videos that glorifies crime and mayhem. One of his music videos showing guns and ammunitions and all different type of things, and basically speaking about the loss of life of a certain individual. So all of that would have been brought into evidence against Squash. Squash was adamant that he and his legal team could have the entire matter thrown out. But me no know what go on yesterday. Seems like the feds them go tip him off and make them know, say, yo, you know, so we have this too. And Squash get coward. Yeah, man. Squash start leak like a bus pipe. Squash I say, yo, in times like these, diamond for die oneself. So guess what Squash do? He took the plea deal agreement with the feds. Yeah, man. So dancehall artist Squash will avoid going to trial on federal gun charges in the United States after reaching a plea deal with the prosecutors. So Squash and his defense attorneys have indicated that he intends to plead guilty on September 3rd. The entertainer, of course, whose name, as you all know it, as Andre Maurice Whittaker, he was facing charges of being an alien in possession with a firearm and unlawful possession of a machine gun, which is totally illegal in the state of Florida. The fact that him put the chip in a Glock, turn the Glock into a machine strap, and that is illegal in Florida. If it was a regular strap now, if he never put the chip in it, probably, just probably, things would have been a little bit different. Not much different, but a little bit different. So watch this now, my peeps. You see, if Squash never take the plea deal and went to trial and was found guilty, he would have faced up to 10 years in prison on each count that he was charged for. And he would have faced a mandatory minimum of 15 years on each charge if there were 3 or more prior convictions. So for all of the things them were him charged for, if him get convicted pan 3, he would not get 10 years again. That would flip to 15 years on each count. So at the time of the court ruling on Monday, the details of the plea agreement have not been made public. So this is Squash second running with the law in the US after a traffic stop in 2023, which led to him being detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, not a ICE. So the court documents revealed that in the traffic stop, 2 guns were also seized in a remarkably similar incident to his February 2025 traffic stop. So Squash still faces deportation proceedings linked to the 2023 traffic stop, with the feds indicating that the Jamaican entertainer entered the United States of America illegally in 2021. Now I thought that Squash had entered the US legally, but now these court documents is stating otherwise. So I guess hence the reason why Squash not get himself sorted out. Boy, may I tell you, fully dunce. Yeah, man. But him smart still. He make sure say him jump on the plea deal quick and fast, because I also have in my possession a document that stated that the Federal Bureau of Investigations, that's the FBI personnels, would have used Jamaican police officers as a witness against Squash to basically come to the US and take the stand as a witness to state that yes, Squash is a reputed gang member and gang leader for the notorious 6 gang or the G City gang based in Salt Spring, St. James. Yeah, man. So trust and believe, if Jamaican authorities was brought to the stand in front of a US federal judge, who you think the judge I go believe? Squash say him and a criminal, or the Jamaican authorities, especially with the amount of evidence that would have been presented before the judge by the feds of his involvement in gun running in their country. So Squash, smart, him take the plea deal. But guess what me I know? The plea deal just not comes so, you know, my peeps. The plea deal comes with other things tied into it that will not be said. So guess what me I know? Squash will most definitely become one who is just like On The Spot News Media and other like-minded vloggers. Him have got talk the things them and tell the US federal government about criminals that they are interested in. So anybody who is close to Squash, whether it be a common criminal or persons involved in politics, business or otherwise, once you know say you're intertwined with Squash, remember me telling you, Funo Corners dark. Because as I stated earlier, in these circumstances, is die man for die oneself. Yeah, man. So anyway, make we continue. Now locally, the first update that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is surrounding the brutal attack on a policeman and his family in a community known as Reading in St. James on August 9th. Now the police is now stating that they have been getting some progress on the probe in the attack of the policeman and his family. The police states that valuable material is being gathered from the vehicle that was involved in the gun attack against the policeman. The policeman and his son is still in the hospital in what the police states is serious conditions. So previous reports would have stated that the son would have passed, but now this police report is stating that he's still alive but battling for life. Now we're going to hear from the commanding officer of St. James, that's Senior Superintendent of Police, Aaron Samuels, who now weighs in on the latest situation. Now listen.
Useful evidence has been garnered inclusive of the vehicle used to carry out the attack. So we are very happy with the progress of the investigation, and I want to really say thanks to the efforts of all the parties involved, not just the division, but the members of CTOC, members of the area fugitive apprehension team, the division, and also major investigation task force, our senior crime persons. It was really full of all the resources to ensure that, we could pull everything together swiftly. As persons will understand, an attack on police officers is really an attack on the state. The morale is still high. Men and women are doing what is necessary to protect themselves. They are aware of the threat level, so they are very cautious at work. However, the morale remains high. We are sure that, we have made some inroads into the case, and we just want to ensure that we continue to support the police officers who are there on the ground. Senior officers are out giving them as much support as is possible, and from the area level we are receiving a tremendous amount of support within the space. So the men and women are in high spirits.
Now the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps in the morning here, is a breaking news. Literally so. 8 prisoners broke out of the Constant Spring police lockup. The police information arm reported that one of the escapees has since been recaptured. We're not sure which one yet. The police is now stating that the discovery was made during a routine check early this morning. So I guess 7 of the 8 is still out there at large. Yeah, man. Now we have the 7 names of the criminal elements who remains at large. And we have pictures of 5. So whilst I call the names, continue to look at your screen to see whose pictures will be attached to the name. Now, the first criminal element that we are going to talk about, an escapee, he has since been identified as Richard Bishop. Come from around the Olympic way there, so. Him charged for burglary and larceny. So he is wanted by the Constant Spring police. The next one has since been identified as Talik Chambers. Him come from around a Burlington Avenue there, so. 23-year-old. And he has been charged with identity theft. Now this criminal element is now wanted. So the next criminal element has since been identified as Brandon Ennis. Now Brandon come from up a Belvedere there, so, in a Red Hills. Them charge him for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. So this brother here is a top gunman. Yeah, man. The next criminal element has since been identified as Junior Anthony Barnes. Him come from around Iron River there, so, in a Golden Spring. Now he has been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. So this one here is also a top gunman. Yeah, man. The next criminal element has since been identified as Dan Q Douglas. Come from Upper Oxford Street in Kingston. This criminal element is said to be 25 years old. The next criminal element in question, the escapees, has since been identified as Alonzo Espute, come from around a cassava piece. And this brother here is wanted for a knife fatality of a man, just 19-year-old. The next criminal element has since been identified as Frey Messias, come from Stone Hill, 18-year-old. Charge him for a hold down and take. So the soaker definitely want him. So that's the list of the 7 criminal elements and the faces of 5 of the 7 criminal elements who are still at large and are definitely being sought by the Constant Spring police. As a matter of fact, all police are looking for them criminal element here right now. So anyone knowing the whereabouts of any one of these criminal elements listed, please alert the nearest police. Don't approach them because they are considered to be armed and dangerous. And to the family members we love shelter them criminal element here. Family member, friend, girlfriend, whosoever love shelter them criminal element here. You too will be liable for prosecution if you're caught in the immediate vicinity of these wanted criminal elements. And don't just worry about the police. We are going to come for them. Worry about them enemies. Because the enemies will definitely not be so forgiving when them pull up. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.